While you're taking the cover off, what you will probably find when you open it is a puddle of degraded parts with a spring inside of it. I made this video after rebuilding the pump, just for informational purposes, so this is fairly new parts. I recommend replacing the cam assembly. Doesn't cost very much, and at least in my case, it cracked immediately and broke once I put it all together and installed it. To replace the shaft seal, the shaft will need to be removed from the pump housing. To do this, either the piston ring or the handle must be removed. According to Groco, this should be accomplished by unscrewing the piston ring from the shaft. I attempted to remove the ring by inserting a screwdriver into the pump housing to keep the piston ring from spinning and then turning the handle. In doing this, I broke the piston ring. I ended up cutting off the handle, repairing the ring with a poly washer and some paste epoxy, and then I drilled out a hole in the handle to insert the shaft back in. I put a set screw in where they met so I could remove the handle again in the future if need be. So in hindsight, and this is all so you can get the shaft seal on, which really has to happen, instead of putting a screwdriver against the piston ring and trying to spin it off with the handle, it's probably best to try to spin the handle off the shaft. And if you can't do that, cut it off and re-drill the hole. And once you put everything together, put it back together and put a set screw in. Just go straight to that rather than fracturing the piston ring inside the housing, which makes it more difficult and a little bit more costly also. The rebuild kit was $90 and a new cam assembly is $40. But if you have trouble separating the shaft from the piston ring and the ring cracks, you might choose to replace these components. I repaired them, but it's less than perfect. This would bring the cost to $255, assuming nothing else is broken on the head, like the seat. A new pump assembly would cost $297, and just getting a whole new toilet would cost about $500.